YouTube, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video. And in this video we have a Bam Adebayo build for you guys here today. It's going to be pretty interesting to show you guys this particular center build, the 6'9" center, the Bam Adebayo build. We're going to show you exactly that. So anyway, with our finishing, we went pretty even all around as much as we could, because that's what Bam Adebayo is all about. Except for, ball handling. We couldn't get as much ball handling or speed with ball that I would have liked for us to have, unfortunately. But obviously, we got to do what we got to do in terms of the builder. And since we're not able to get, like a really good ball handling situation, we're still a 6'9" center that practically is just pretty good all around. Although we can't dribble the ball as well as Bam, or have the speed with ball as much as he can, what we can do is just at least be able to have everything else like him. So let's go ahead, let's go through all the stats here and let's talk about it. We have a 77 close shot, an 80 driving layup, an 80 driving dunk, an 85 standing dunk, and we also have a 78 post control. Now, why do we have all this exactly? Well, I'm going to tell you exactly that. So for the 77 close shot, nothing in particular. But one thing that I will say is that we do get silver float game, we get silver hook specialist, and we get bronze paint prodigy. So it's nothing too crazy, because obviously we have the build, like we're not mainly focusing on just being able to get to the paint and post score or anything like that. If we're going to be scoring in the paint, it's mostly going to be on the drives or on standing dunks mostly, even though we're not going to be able to get like those crazy standing dunk animations or anything like that, because we're 6'9", we are not 6'10 plus, unfortunately. So that's just going to be the main thing about this. If you guys wanted to go 6'10 at least, then that would still work. But in terms of making a legitimate Bam Adebayo build where he is listed at 6'9", this is, kind of what we have to deal with. Not having those big man contact animations, unfortunately. But we do what we do, all right? And we just, we live with what we can here. But, like I mentioned, we do have the 80 driving layup as well, which gives us silver physical finisher. We have gold aerial wizard, silver float game as well, as I mentioned, and then bronze layup mix master. So we do get some good badges here at least. So we're not too useless on anything. We have an 80 driving dunk as well, good enough for bronze posterizer, gold aerial wizard. Then we also have the 85 standing dunk, which does give us our silver rise up and also gold aerial wizard. And then we do have a 78 post control. Now, what we can do here is obviously we could go to a 79 to get post fade phenom, or at least get that breakpoint for post fade phenom on gold. The only problem is we don't get the 80 mid range for it, so there really doesn't feel like a point to doing that. So we just have it at a 78 for now. Because originally, if you guys have seen one of my videos from before, where I have talked about having the an 81 post control, or somebody having like an 81 post control, and then I'm just like, well, that makes no sense. So we went down to a 79 instead, because that was the last breakpoint for post fade phenom. So that was like a really good breakpoint for me to have like the 79. But then also it's like we don't have the 80 mid range, so there really is no point in having a 79. But I kept that at 78. Because leftover attributes and whatnot, it just felt right being right there, because it's like obviously we needed the 77 for post up poet, and as you can see, the only thing we can really upgrade at this point, if we took away the 78, is like putting one in the speed with ball, which you could usually do, but I just put one extra point in the post control. Doesn't really matter. That one extra point isn't going to really give you too much for either stat, but having a post control it's just slightly higher just makes a little bit more sense from the 77 to the 78 rather than the 44 to the 45. In my personal opinion, it just makes a little bit more sense doing that. So that's the reason why that we did it. But we do have silver post up poet, which is pretty good. We have bronze unpluckable. We have hook specialist on silver, post fade phenom on silver, and post powerhouse on silver as well. For shooting, though, we do have a 71 mid-range and a 73-point rating. The 71 mid-range is just for the sake of getting that post-fade phenom on the silver, as I mentioned before. But we also got set shot specialist. Now, Bam Adebayo is not known for somebody that can really shoot a lot. He can shoot, but it's not like he can shoot a lot. So I felt like this just made like a lot of sense, having the 71 mid-range, just so he can also get that post-fade phenom, so he can utilize that a little bit. And then having a 73-point rating also is just there just so we can at least be able to shoot a little bit more consistently than say with like a 68 or like a lower stat. So having a 70 just feels like it's pretty low, but obviously if you have a really good shot that you are used to, you will be able to hit with it. And then an 80 free throw because, you know, free throw. I talk about it almost every single video. Free throw doesn't really matter. But it's still good to have really high if you want to. Now, when it comes to everything here, the pass accuracy and whatnot, we could try to go up to a 71 pass accuracy just so we can get dimer on silver. But I just feel like the 70 itself is just, you know, pretty good threshold. We're not able to get to like a 75 or anything like that for, you know, any of these super crazy animations and whatnot. But also, you know, we have a 70, which is still pretty good for some of the animations. I believe Paulo is a 70, if I'm not mistaken, and that pass style is really, really good in my personal opinion. I definitely do like that pass style. So if you have a 70, it's still pretty good. We do have a 43 ball handling, 44 speed up ball, nothing else too crazy. We get bronze break starter, bronze timer, and bronze unpluckable, mainly because of our post control, not because of our ball handling. But you understand what we are dealing with here. So there you have it. That's our playmaking. Not able to really utilize the playmaking much just because we utilize a lot in our defense. We have an 88 interior defense. That's the threshold for that gold post lockdown. So we might be a little bit shorter by being 6'9". But one thing that we can ensure you of is that we are able to defend the paint. Silver paint patroller. We have gold off ball pass. We have gold post lock. Oh yeah, it's going down. As well as having an 84 perimeter defense. We are practically 6'9", so we are in that realm of being able to utilize perimeter defense a lot more. However, we're not able to utilize all of these stats just because we don't have the agility to utilize all the stats. Like, for an example, pick dodger and on-ball menace. Obviously, we can't get on-ball menace on silver, but just, you know, in general, we would not be able to get it anyway because we need a 76 agility. In pick dodger, we need a 75 agility to get that silver, so we don't have either of these two upgraded, but what we do have is challenger on silver, which is pretty damn good. And then we also have a movable enforcer and golden off-ball pest. Now, the only reason why we have the 84 instead of just having it down to like an 82 for the challenger threshold is just so we can get that movable enforcer, so we can still guard the perimeter and guard, you know, like practically, you know, any position really, because we're going to be able to stop them from just like driving in on you. And we are still going to have challenger to be able to get some contest on the perimeter, so on and so forth. We're still going to be able to, even though we are 6'9" and playing as a center, we're still going to be able to guard multiple positions. And that's what's going to be really, really good about this. And then the steal rating is a 79, which is the threshold for glove on silver. So that's pretty good there. But we also have silver interceptor. And then for our block rating, we have an 84, which is the threshold for paint patroller on silver, which we also have high flying denier on silver and pogo stick on silver. So those two are, you know, upgraded up there to a silver. Now for offensive rebound is being a 60, but we do have an 89 defensive rebound. And what do we have here? We have box out beast on gold, silver pogo stick as I mentioned, and then also silver rebound chaser. That's pretty damn good. If you think about it, that is really damn good, especially for a 6'9" player. Having like an 89 to like a 90 rebound is pretty damn solid. Now with our speed and agility, we have a 74 speed. Nothing else too crazy though, because it's not really for a break point. And then a 71 agility, which is for a break point for pick dodger on bronze. So that's the reason why we have it up to a 71. Pretty good stuff there. But we do get high flight denier on silver, slippery off ball on silver. And then we get on ball menace on bronze, pick dodger on bronze with slippery off ball on silver as well for the agility. For strength being an 85, pretty good. That's the break point for immovable enforcer. Only reason why it's up to like an 85. But also, we will be talking about the actual stats I was going off of like here in a minute, just so you guys can actually get like a full-fledged comparison of the differences in between the roster version of Bam versus, you know, my build version of Bam. But we do have the 85 strength, gold box out beast, immovable enforcer, and post lock with silver physical finisher, brick wall, and post powerhouse. And then we have a 79 vertical, which is pretty high. No break point for that though. But we do have obviously all these other badges that we have mentioned before: pogo stick on silver, high flying denier, and rise up. All these on silver. Then we have gold aerial wizard being our biggest badge here, and then posterizer on bronze. All pretty good stuff there. What about the differences in between the roster version and my version? Well, the roster version has a 97 close shot with an 81 driving layup, an 80 driving dunk, an 85 standing dunk, and an 81 post control. So you guys, you know, I talked about my reasons for all these stats being there, and that's exactly stats that he has on some of these, like the driving dunk and the standing dunk. But obviously everything else was changed due to us not being able to get it that high, or for the sake of, you know, break points. Now, shooting, he has a 70 mid-range and a 71 three-point rating. So all that we did was just practically flip the two, just so we can get the post-fade phenom on silver, and then have, you know, still have the 70 plus three-point rating. So feels like that was pretty good. An 80 free throw, even though he has an 81, but that's free throw, that's whatever. He's got a 72 pass accuracy. We have a 70, which means that he would be able to get silver dimer, but it just made more sense here to just go to a 70, unless I really wanted to, you know, drop something down. But obviously the only thing we can really drop down is our speed, just to be able to get that, going. That's the only time that I'd be able to do it, is by doing that. And then he also has like a 69 speed with ball, nice, and a 66 or a 69 ball handling and a 66 speed with ball. So that's his stats for playmaking. Defensive. We're not able to get all the defensive stats, I will say that, but it's pretty good still. He's got a 94 interior and an 88 perimeter. We have an 88 and an 84. 79 steal rating and the 84 block rating is exactly what he has. Some really good break points that he has on his original version, so that's pretty good. I like that. But for rebounding, he has a 74 offensive rebound with an 89 defensive. So we did sacrifice a little bit of our offense rebound for some other stats, just to be a little bit more even all around. So that's just the way that it goes. And then for physicals, he does have a 74 speed with an 84 agility, but because we can't have an agility higher than our speed this way, unfortunately, so we just went with a 73 and a 71 here, just so we can reach some break points. And then the 85 strength is exactly what he has, so that's pretty good there. Really good break point. I like to see that. And then a 79 vertical when he's got an 83 vertical, so nothing else really too crazy there because we have it a little bit lower. But that's all that we could afford. Now you take a look, we have Bam Adebayo, we have Nicholas Claxton, we also have Anthony Davis as well listed here. And as you can see, my Alex Caruso face creation. But two-way interior threat, we got Bam Adebayo. This is the Bam Adebayo build. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to hit that like, hit that subscribe, all kinds of stuff, man, all kinds of stuff. But anyway, that's it for me. Hope that you guys enjoyed. I'll see you all in the next one. Later, everybody.